as ESL Pro League Season 12 and Gen.G and Chaos Esports are going head-to-head. First map of the day is going to be Train. It's Chaos's choice, and Gen.G might have a difficult time here, but if they can cause the upset, that's where things get interesting.
All right, so straight into the action. Looks like Chaos are going to be sending it up through the halls, potential just to hit this B site. But Gen.G, they're at the ready.
Yeah.
Som's already up and peeking uppers, but won't be able to get back to safety. Zeppa, nice little headshot with the P250, and that's going to be the main advantage to play off as Chaos. They've got a couple of flashes to get themselves out here.
Indeed, indeed. Well, Gen.G on the CT side, and so far they've actually allowed Chaos into that bomb site. Daps, Kusta tapping away with the USPs, and finally a little bit of success for the CT side. Kusta's actually found himself a double kill. Now it's a 4-on-3.
Just edging forward up, Cat. Death from above, no. Kusta wrangles it back eventually, but Gen.G able to trade now, and he has got a lot of work to do. Automatic coming from above, and Gen.G cannot flick up in time. So great movement coming in from Automatic just to get there. That jump's quite hard to hit as well. So let's see how this one goes. Gen.G taking that CT pistol is a solid way to begin Chaos's map pick.
Interesting strat that Chaos went for there. Just a couple of those flashbangs as well as the P250s, and they tried to go take those fights out of upper, but after they did head in towards inners, the USP sort of reigned supreme there. A couple of quick headshots being hit by a couple of key players on Gen.G, and they turn around a disadvantageous situation into a 4 or a 3-on-2. Now Gen.G into the buy. Chaos going to force themselves. Handful of rifles as well as a deagle there. Little bit of utility, but not too much. They're just going to spread out around the map, waiting for pushes, waiting for aggression. See if they can try to punish some posturing from the CTs.
Doesn't really look like they're going to get too much aggression from Gen.G at the moment, who are still reasonably stocked on that utility. A few smokes there, a bit of time to be delayed before Gen.G are going to have to do something too interesting. Slow things down a little bit here on the T side as well for Chaos. So both teams quite happy to just play this one pretty standard. Wait for some info. See what's going to happen. Burn through a little bit of their utility, which, to be fair, I mean, Chaos doesn't have too much of, so a couple of smokes and a molly just to get them into one of these bomb sites is going to mean this is actually going to go down to a lot of aim jewels at the end of the day.
Starting to see the T's walk back towards inside now. A lot of utility there on Marky, so it's going to be an inners execute to try to close things out. Do have Daps still holding on to that Molotov as well as a counter flash for Automatic. Could be pretty key if this utility is used correctly at the right time. Could really throw a spanner in the works of Chaos, trying to potentially segment off that push.
Well, that's if it gets thrown in time. Marky, pop flash going to be thrown now as the rest of Chaos go down, but the Molotov again is just going to be slightly too late now. Push up Speedway, Automatic in the first lane, able to hold, but can't get more than the single. Trades favouring no one at the moment. It's going to be a 2-for-2. Som comes out of con, but again, it's a 1-for-1, and back to the 2-on-2 we go. Bombs down in an advanced position though, and there's minimal time remaining. Daps, he can stop this one from happening, but he couldn't survive. Marky with the cover and the triple to close out the first round for Chaos.
Oh, that's really, really good stuff from Marky. I thought he wasn't going to be able to swing around and get that trade. That's where things would have fallen apart for Chaos, but a very, very nice force buy round in the end from them. They pick up the win. Horrible for Gen.G's economy.
They're going to probably have to force buy into this one. A handful of pistols and armor as well as some scouts, and that's exactly what you want to be seeing from Chaos. Force buy gets across the line, instantly start to crack down on that CT economy, make things difficult for Gen.G. It's one of the ways that you can really string rounds together on the T side of Train. Now you're seeing Chaos into a bit more of a default round, slowly moving their way through the map. Smoke on a sandwich, couple players towards Ivy. Mark is just poking around towards inner.
Kusta just waiting for the jump peak to come through again, but all right, this is a ambitious play. Let's see if Gen.G can deal with him eventually. Kusta still just waiting next to the ladder.
It's not looking too good here for Gen.G, although they do have that extra player rotated over to A. Som floats his way back over toward B. Not going to see anything here, though. And in the meanwhile, Gen.G have actually pushed into T-Con, so there's a bit of info as a result of that as well.
Daps goes for the inner push there, I think realizing that they've got less weaponry, they've got less utility, need to kind of make something happen. and unfortunately just goes down there. Bentet up close in con with this D could be pretty key for Gen.G.
And automatic might be able to swing around and trade it. Holding Olof now as Zeppa gets another. It's going to be Vanity just smashing it straight through the yard and all the way up to site. Kusta next to Bomb Train. Not going to be spotted initially. Vanity goes down and very long range to try and take it. Engagement with that UMP. It's going to be Marky and Zeppa to trade and a relatively clean second round for Chaos.
Well, so far, Vanity's statement's ringing true. They don't really have to do anything against Bentet. You just saw him sort of shouldering around that corner. Bentet didn't get a chance to fire the Deagle. Mac 10 goes to work. Vanity wins the round for Chaos, and they're up 2-1 now. It'll be a save here for Gen.G, and it's not a good start considering they won the pistol. They're going to be down 1-3. Money's going to be bad going into that first gun round. If they lose that, things start to snowball out of control. So considering Gen.G, if they would have gotten off the, on the right foot, which they kind of did, but they didn't capitalize on it, could be up 3-0. Fighting a gun round here. I mean, it is what it is, I guess, but it's not a great start for Gen.G on a map that we're not expecting them to win.
Gen.G. You got Kusta again, just looking to be a bit of a nuisance here in ladder. Tries to make his way up, but he'll go down. And speaking of down, it's Chaos down the B ramp, all the way up Speedway. They've got so much control on the B site. This should be another round every day of the week from here. As Gen.G, looks like they're just going to group up and try to find anyone that's lurking, hunting. It looks like that means Vanity.
Well, problem for Gen.G really here lies in the fact that you're looking at their cash, about $2,000 in the bank, even if they get that 2.5 sort of loss bonus. Doesn't put them in the economic state where they can potentially try to get an AWP or get full utility, which on the CT side of Train is a bit of a liability. Keen to see how Chaos approach this next round, because they should have a pretty good read on Gen.G's money at this point after that force buy coming out. And I'm keen to see if they play accordingly. Whether you see a bit of a slow round, trying to draw out whatever utility Gen.G does have, and then play into the late round with an execute, or whether they go for something a little bit faster, knowing that Gen.G might not have access to the Molotovs that they need to throw on towards T-Con or into SL, and sort of delay.
Very much a possibility. Let's have a look and see how many Gen.G can actually get. Just the one so far for Som. Daps and Kusta yet to buy, so we do have a couple of incendiaries. That's one for the A bomb site, I think one for the B bomb site so far. Daps looks like he's not going to afford one either. So really not a whole lot of utility, as you mentioned, Pilski. And also certainly no AWP at the moment.
Let's see if Chaos can send it straight through Ivy. Foreman invested to this position, make it 3 as the bomb's going to be dropped in that direction. Now, Marky and Gen.G looking to come out of T-Con eventually. But will it be the A-split?
Yeah, it's just a T-Con and Ivy A-split here. Bentet's in that key position towards Sandwich. If he goes down, it's going to be quite a liability. Does look like they're looking to molly Sandwich and just throw some progressive utility towards Ivy. Vanity just opens up. Som with the shoulder spot. Barely even saw him on his screen, and Chaos instantly pick up the pace.
Yeah, Automatic's going to have to do some work here, but on the off angle with his spray. Now it's on to Bentet. Double kill required, but not achieved. Kusta, however, will respond in kind, and he's got himself 2, which keeps the round in the balance. If he could have found that third onto Marky, it might have actually shifted it back over to Gen.G. Not the case, however. And now Daps required to clutch 1-on-2. Might have even been spotted, but he gets a free kill onto Marky. Now it's a 1-on-1.
Zeppa perched on the top of green, might find the timing, but has his shadow been spotted? No, there it is. Just going back to the left side, finding the headshot nicely, and that's going to be a late trade. 1 alive at the end for Chaos, but still 4 rounds already on the T side. This is looking like it could be a one side of the fair already. Gen.G starting slow.
Yeah, and half of that comes down to the economic situation that they've been put in. After that force buy wins for Chaos, they're kind of left reeling from it. At this point now, they can go for a bit of a light investment. Most of them actually saving a lot of their cash, so really prioritizing that utility, prioritizing getting those AWPs potentially. See how much of a difference that is able to be made.
And just a slow approach towards the B site now. Chaos just expecting a push somewhere from Gen.G. But Gen.G pretty much cemented here. Going for the full rotation over towards B as well. Utility going to be dumped, and let's see if this finds anything. Chaos not committing off the back of it. Still 3 sets of util to play with.
Yeah, I mean, Chaos have been very methodical so far on the T side. We haven't seen any rushes or anything like that. They've just been happy to set themselves up across the map, get a bit of info, draw about a bit of the util out, but not too much util required to be drawn out this round. Gen.G obviously down on the pistols only. Chaos giving Gen.G the respect that they deserve, though. This is going to be a big execute out onto the A bomb site. Smoke in for Connector, smoke towards Ivy. Give Chaos a bit of extra safety as they walk into the site. Now a molly for the bomb train as well. So really just isolating a lot of these angles and making life pretty easy for the guys that are leading the charge. Obviously, as we know, it's going to be easy regardless because there's no one from Gen.G on that side of the map.
Gen.G mops up 3, running out of bullets, goes to the secondary, but Leaf comes up the ladder to save him. You love to see it. Great teamwork, great responsiveness, and now it's automatic to try and slide any little bullets on the head, but just with the USP. Looks like he's been spotted. Vanity, no, maybe not. There's 1 Bink, 2 Bink, not going to be found, and that's going to be 5 on the board for Chaos, with another clean anti-eco. So that's just going to be the money continuing to rise. The economy just getting so stable for the T side.
This is like worst case scenario for Gen.G, really. They finally get this buy together where they've got the double AWPs. They're not putting an AWP on Kusta, apparently, which is interesting. Som's on the secondary rather than Kusta being on the secondary. Gen.G going to take a timeout. They've sort of been dug a hole by Chaos and then put into it, essentially, and they've got to try to claw their way out. Yes, they do have that full loss bonus, but at some point, once you start winning rounds, if you don't have clean round wins, you're going to have a lot of trouble putting more buys together. You're going to have a lot of trouble sustaining that economy once that loss bonus starts to diminish. As for Chaos, they built up a lot of cash. Very, very clean wins from them. 5 in a row after winning that force buy.
Double AWP comes out for Gen.G, though, and that's a bit of a change-up, which they're really going to have to hope is going to work, because down 5-1, CT side of Train, it's not a pretty picture being painted right now by Gen.G.
You can see how Chaos play around like this. Seems like they're picking up the pace toward inner pretty quickly here. Daps is going to be the first point of contact.
Ooh, tell me that nade's done no damage at all. Welcome to CSGO, and a smoke will stop Chaos in their tracks. So no rush just yet towards the B site.
Yeah, they call a cancel for the time being. You're seeing Automatic is sort of edging his way up Olaf, looking for a line and information in towards Connector and SL, while the rest of Gen.G start to rotate over. Seeing Som heading in towards inner. That utility starting to fade for Daps, as he still has the Molotov to be dropping, and in comes the execute for Chaos here.
Som's going to hold from the back of the site near the Connector with the AWP, but he can't get anything done. Daps dies as well to a molly, and that's the round done.
Yep.
That's it. That's all it takes for Chaos to walk into the B bomb site. Gen.G are going to save, and that's going to be 6 now for Chaos. I mean, that's rough.
Yeah, well, that's just clinical. And Gen.G realize their economy is just not in a great way. Managing to get their hands on both of these AWPs is just too precious to lose, really. And a solid setup to try and save, but you can see Chaos, they have money for days, so they are certainly going to be hunting here. Let's see if Vanity can look in the right direction. Certainly seems to be. There's one of the automatic. Bentet unable to go for the trade just yet. There it is. Kusta reveals his position as well now, and still with about 10 seconds remaining in the round, has to try and get a dry one. Leaf up top, no scoped. Beautiful for the save, but it's Chaos with the round in the end, and the spam will not find him. So Kusta manages to fight for his right to keep the AWP alive, but still, it's just not enough, really.
No. Not at all. Chaos are looking way too good right now on Train, which was, to be honest, the expectation. Gen.G played a lot of this map, and when they have, it hasn't really gone well for them as a general rule. It's also looking like, statistically at least, one of Chaos's best maps. So Gen.G are really struggling at the moment on this CT side. Chaos again look like they want to speed things up, but it's just to actually throw a triple nade onto the bomb train. This time, there's no one there, actually, for Gen.G, so they don't cop too much damage. But regardless of that fact, Gen.G, their defense is looking a little bit shaky, and they have to go down to a CZ on Daps just to afford some util. So It's going to be another tough round here for the CT side.
Yeah, Chaos have this SL control. So, world is their oyster, really. Deciding what they want to do with this round. Sandwich smoke starting to come out now.
Automatic's got the info that someone's shouldering the corner there, and Som is going to try and take advantage of that, but won't really get the timing right. Again, Chaos are doing much the same as what they've been doing on the T side so far. Playing a slow, sort of default setup, baiting a lot of that utility out early, and then late in the round they're going to hit the bomb site here.
Some utility to counter, one molly for Daps, but that of course is over towards the B site, so it's just some flashes and the guns that are going to have to do the work. Gen.G trying to find a one-way, an opening in towards the A site, but that's not going to happen. Stays silent on the drop, and now 20 seconds to get to site and plant. Now Bentet reveals his position, makes the info play, loses his head for it as well. Now Kusta just trying to play the off angle here, dancing around bomb train. Zeppa spotted. Chaos, they're hunting, they're pushing, they're trying to collapse, and it's going to work so well so far. Som with a single, make it the double as Vanity trades it back through. But that's going to be the man advantage, and still some time to plant here for Chaos.
Yeah, Automatic looks like he's already ready to save, and it's going to be up to Daps to try and keep him alive. It just doesn't seem like Chaos are going to put a foot wrong. I mean, they won the pistol Gen.G, but apart from that, what else have they managed to get? Absolutely nothing. And none of these rounds have even looked close either, Mac.
Well, this one has a chance, but just as I say that, looks like Automatic is backing away. The call is to save and hedge their bets. Try again in the next. Oh, Automatic. Missed opportunity as Vanity on 5 HP is hunting happily. He's even thrown away the AK. He's just going in with the Glock, and he's going to get it as well. Ridiculous scenes. Daps with the double. But there's no time remaining in the round. And again, it's just the AWP saved across. But yeah. Chaos, they've got money for days, so they're able to do this.
Yeah, they can do it. They can just run at Gen.G as often as they want, and they're making a good usage of that monetary advantage. Gen.G, again, are going to have to go down to a pretty weak buy. This time it'll be probably the pistols and the armor behind the AWP so that they can secure a good buy next round. But, I mean, really, what does it make a difference whether they've got guns or not, Mac? It doesn't seem to matter to Chaos, who can just... If they can walk into the B bomb site like they did a couple of rounds ago.
Yeah, well, no matter where they go, Chaos just has some utility that is completely on point. The fact that when they go to the A site, there's a couple of mollies. Actually, Vanity, hold that thought, he's straight out lower. That's going to be the B site found already. But the bomb still needs to make its transition. Zeppa with one onto Kusta. He's going to be at the tail end, trying to bring that bomb through. But Gen.G, I dare say there's no chance in the round now.
I mean, I feel like we've said that a lot, you know? I'm getting a bit of a sense of deja vu here, Mac.
Yeah.
I'm casting the same round over and over and over again. Chaos are really just putting on a clinic right now on Train.
Well, Vanity, I think he had 12k, 13k at the start of the round. He bought a Mac 10. He's like, boys, I got the spawn. I'm rushing down lower. Follow me. Trade me. Let's go. And pretty much single-handedly just opens that round up.
Well, in the meanwhile, while they're just saving this AWP in a couple of these digs, wanted to take a look at what happened to Daps in round number 7 in one of these executes. Hold on one sec.
What am I supposed to hold on to, Pilsky?
Yeah, what are we holding?
So this is what you're holding on for, Jordan.
Oh, yes!
Execute.
Okay.
All right, and they throw a bunch of mollies and util, and I want you to look at what happens to Daps here, all right? He's sitting in here. He's reacted with his own molly that he's thrown out there. There's a molly that lands on top of him, behind him, and on top of the train. And if you have a look at his first-person POV here, the man is full white in a molly, and he tries to fall back into another molly and just goes 100 to 0 in like 2 or 3 mollies. That is a sad state of affairs.
I remember that round. That was the round where they had an AWPer on the connector angle as well, watching Ramp, who wasn't able to get a frag, and then we just saw Daps die in the kill feed on the Molotov, and we're like, oh, what's going on there? Seems like Chaos have got a pretty good B take, and it seems like they've got a pretty good A take as well, I guess, if we're going to grant them that. So, let's see what Kusta can do here. Forced away by the molly, gives up his position. Gen.G gets the frag. And that's it, I guess, again, for Gen.G, just losing these players really early on in the round. Can't play these rounds out 3-on-5 and expect to win.
Yeah, this is looking very, very one-sided for Chaos, and this is what I was kind of worried for Gen.G. See Chaos start out with a very, very one-sided T-side round, T-side half. it kind of sets the pace for the rest of the series. Now the emphasis is on Gen.G to actually try to make something happen. Might sort of knock their confidence a bit going into Mirage, potentially. Chaos look pretty uncontested, really, at this point.
They do indeed. Bentet's going to try and hold on to control, and again, he's just going to drop. Gen.G goes straight through his own molly. No problems at all. Automatic, he's pushed into T-Con, but he's going to have to hit some pretty magnificent shots to get himself out of this one, and he just can't do that. Daps above the smoke. The last resistance for Gen.G, but a 1-on-4 for him that he's now turned into a 1-on-3. Astronomical odds. Chaos, though, admittedly, do only have 26 seconds, but they're getting the bomb down now, and Daps is working his way around, finding some angles. Zephyr drops as well, but Mark is there for the trade, and yeah, look, Chaos drop a couple of guns towards the end of that round, but does it really matter? They've got 3 or 4 players in the double digits. 15, 14k, 13k.
You love to see it. The aggression in the molly to get the pick into ESL. And just so many times, Chaos, they're just so good at getting these openings in every single round. And Gen.G unable to trade, just the positions. Not really allowing them to get some damage back, but I guess such is the CT side.
Yeah. Well, what do you say here for Gen.G, really? Bit of util again. They've got a weaker buy. They've got an MP9 down on Kusta. There are utilities that are lacking. This has been a very, very tough half for them. But they need to scrounge something from somewhere. They need to get to 5. They need to get to 6. Something like that to at least give themselves a defendable total heading into the second half. Otherwise, this is going to be a run-over.
Looks like we are about to see a round the world to beat. Marky and Gen.G just holding control of the halls as the rest of Chaos edge their way through Ivy. Still plenty of util to make this wrap happen. And Gen.G, they've gone for an aggressive setup in yard. Automatic holding a long line from red back to Ivy. Vanity just waiting for the moment to strike. Now Chaos going to be making a bit of noise over towards Brown Horse, hoping that maybe a rotation is pulled.
Not really have emphasis over Ivy Gen.G, but Vanity, after holding for what was 20-30 seconds for someone to try and look for some info or push into Ivy, with some of his teammates anti-flash, goes down to the AWP, and now it seems like Chaos, with 20 seconds to go, are trying to force their way onto this site.
I mean, this is looking like the first round that Gen.G actually have an advantage and can probably mount a defense in. So far, so good. The trades are coming through. It's not super clean yet from Gen.G, but very likely that they do get past the round. They do drop another player, Som, before the end of the round does tick over, but at least they've won a round. Yes, it's only with 2 guns, but that's better from Gen.G. Find those opening picks. Chaos, this slow kind of crawl play style, hasn't worked this time.
As soon as you said that and I went back to the 2v3, I was like, Jordan, you've cast a cursed it again.
Cast a curse it. Wouldn't be the first time.
You've done it. It's bloody, you're doing it pretty often these days. Anyway, into round 12 we go. Let's see if Gen.G can salvage the half, but even at this point, Chaos, they've already got 9 rounds on the T side of Train. It's looking like it's too far gone.
Yep, initial pick goes their way as well. Things just going bad to worse for Gen.G, essentially. Not really getting anything done here on Train. Chaos walking back toward in and out.
Oh, and they're going to get out completely dry. Straight to site, 2 of them. Daps tries to deny the cross and, yeah, gets some damage done. Molly's going to be way too late to deny the bomb plant. Gen.G pushing up as well, automatic with the cover. Marky down, Gen.G trades it, and he's going to find a double as well. Bentet now tries to make his way through site. No, he actually just grabs the AWP. Looks like the save may be called again, 2v4.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to, aren't you? There's just so much control of that B bomb site for Chaos. They have to fight tooth and nail for every step of the way up to that bomb. Already running out of time, already at a 2-on-4 deficit. It's just not going to happen. So Chaos respond right back. Very good to see. And it just seems that at the moment that no one on Gen.G is firing. Gen.G is going to go for the hunt. Why not at this point? They've got a lot of money. Can't make it happen this time against Bentet, but that's fine. The intent is good.
solid entries coming out from Gen.G with the aggressive play up the lane. And now into round 13, we head Chaos with an 8-round lead, looking to make it even more so. Gen.G got full utility. Bentet back on the Famis. Dap's the only man that's lacking. Ooh, Som on the Famis as well, but he's been all right on the Famis, all things considered. When people run his direction and he gets a chance to actually shoot it, that's the issue. Chaos not giving Gen.G space to breathe.
No, definitely not.
Gen.G just playing retake on that B site for now. Our automatics over there rotating. That's a good time for a man advantage, to be honest. I feel like it's one of the first times that Gen.G have found that man advantage.
Yeah.
What does Chaos choose to do now that they're in towards this 4-on-5? Flash over the top of T-Con for Zeppa to get over towards that right side. Still running down the clock here, Chaos.
Looks like they're just looking for that SL control. Once they get there, you got a flash coming in as well, which pops onto Bentet. He's fully blinded. Leaf, just godlike utility. And again, that's going to be a man advantage now. Gen.G, full rotation over towards the A site. Som unable to do a thing as Leaf is just creating so much space here, wrapping around Hell. Automatic has to pick his fights wisely, but he's been spotted. Repeeks into the spray, manages to find another, spots it and legs it onto Zeppa. Vanity down to 15 HP, but it's going to be Vanity doing all the work for the rest of the round, and that's 11 on the board for Chaos. Again, we expected this game to look close.
Well,
but
this isn't close, Mac. Woo! I don't know what your definition of close is.
I love that Leaf just has that flash ready for Zeppa towards that T-Con. And then as soon as Zeppa gets that first peek, he throws the flash, assists Zeppa in getting that other entry. And then as soon as Zeppa gets those entries, he actually falls back and with his utility set supports Leaf to get down Olaf, even though he's got the forward position. So all of these Chaos players supporting each other, now going fast into an outside split. Pressure on Bentet here.
Well, he's going to pop that flash up in the air, try to take a challenge, and that goes well for him. Famas reigns supreme this time. Bentet starting to come into his own. That's a triple kill. A little bit more like it for Gen.G. Can he find that final kill onto Vanity? No, but maybe it's not required because Daps is at the top of the ladder. And that's an important round for Gen.G, if nothing else, just to staunch a bit of that momentum.
I think it's too late at this point. When you're already down 11-3 on the CT side of Train and it's not necessarily a super strong map for you, I feel like it's already too far gone, really. Especially with how flat Gen.G's looking. Moving into that T side, I'm not sure that they're going to have much better of a shot. Chaos just looking like by far and away the better team here. To be honest, looking like they're in a different tier to Gen.G in this match.
They certainly are right now. Flash to lower, baits out that utility early for Daps now, who has already used that smoke. He does have a molly to play with, but he's going to go for an aggressive push up towards the halls. Let's see if Marky's at the ready. The drop down staying silent, and he's worked the timing perfectly. Now, can he get a second? Gen.G very good at opening up these sites so far. Daps manages to slink away, but over towards the lower area. Leaf, it's just a matter of moments. Automatic, however, covering here. So the 2-3 setup looking good as Vanity starts to edge his way through Ivy as well. Let's see if he can draw some attention before the hit comes in towards B. He's actually managed to almost make it all the way through. Som finds him with the smoke bang, and now Chaos going to be forced to go towards the B side here.
Automatic, not connecting that shot with the scout, but it's still looking pretty good for Gen.G. Daps, big spray down, AK goes to work, but he'll be traded down by Leaf, and as a double kill. Chaos, I mean, they're not necessarily making this one close in the end. It's all 3 players alive for Gen.G, but still only 4 rounds in the first half for Gen.G. Chaos putting their statement out on their own map choice.
Every night I wonder, will it ever end? Sometimes I can barely breathe here. Sometimes I don't want to be here.
Feel like I belong to a certain place or a town.
Feeling safe, feeling sound when I'm still around. I feel something in the distance. I wanna know what it's like. Don't worry, I'm still with you all the time. Explain myself, don't hold it against me if I'm somewhere else. Put all the masks that I had on the shelf. Wish I could stay, but it's bad for my head. Something's coming. I wanna be everything I thought that I would be. Build me up, ease my peace. Figure out my voice, so maybe something's coming. I wanna be I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. It's just I never thought you were sitting next to me. I don't understand. It's just I never seen you smile. You wanna make out, give me a second. It's just you never talk, I never listen. When do we fall in love? Make up your mind, honey, 'cause I can't.
G'day mates, welcome back to the B stream here from Sydney, Australia. And I got the boys Mac and Pilski with me.
Yeah, how are you doing?
How you doing, Mac?
Yeah, pretty good.
You stop playing silly buggers with me.
No, I'm not playing silly buggers. I'm just having a feed at Smoko.
You Smoko. What about you, Pilski?
Yeah. It's great to be here.
That's the best you can do. Yeah.
Look, you.
Yeah, it's me,
To be
Pilski.
honest,
Yeah, nah, mate. Yeah, you're too right. Anyway, look, back into the
You said-
pistol. What do we got? Flip
you
the
said it was
sides here.
Smoko, Mac. You said it was Smoko. I was just trying to
Smoko's over.
give the Smoko vibes. So Gen.G, they're grouping up in towards inners now.
Yep.
See what they're going to be able to do with this utility. Vanity just holding the nade out, wants to try to chip down some of those players before they get a little bit closer.
Ooh.
Nicely thrown.
Yeah, big nade, big damage, and now it's going to be pretty easy for Chaos to hold from here. Zeppa still hiding on mid-bomb, just waiting. Automatic trying to fall. Speaking of falling, Zeppa off the train. Automatic dials him, and that's going to be a man advantage for Chaos for the retake.
Automatic is going to go down as well, and so at the moment it's not necessarily even going to be a retake. Mac bomb plant has not been achieved by Gen.G. Damps is just going to drive in there and drive straight out because he's dead.
Just straight missing that opportunity to get that plant money. That sweet, sweet free money.
Yeah, 12-4. Pissed around for Chaos. And it really does seem like they're just going to continue in the same fashion that they did on the T side. Yeah, I guess it's just one of those matchups, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's Train, and Gen.G are not too good at Train, as the score suggests. So hopefully we get a bit of a closer affair in Map 2, and then maybe Map 3 if we get there. But look, at the moment, it seems like it could just be a Chaos day. Oh, Vanity with a nice molly. A little bit late, if anything. Kusta down to 31. And Gen.G just looking to force their hand towards the B site again with no utility. Let's see how this one goes. Push out upper. It's going to be a bit of a waterfall. Gen.G can't deny the trade, but can he stop this bomb plant? No, looks like Som mission accomplished already. Not going to be looking for the round, but he'll manage to find at least one kill in the mix. So a bit of extra bonus money there with the Glock kill. But that's going to be 13 on the board for Chaos. And now at this point, it's like, it's a matter of when this map is going to be over.
Well, yeah, pretty much. I kind of feel like we've been there actually already. We've been waiting quite a while for this map to be over.
Yep.
Chaos certainly seem to have. They're not slowing things down too much. Although, I guess, admittedly, at the end of the half, Gen.G did sort of scrounge a few back, but Pistol goes to Chaos. Anti-Force goes to Chaos. Well, Anti-Eco, I guess, in this instance. So Gen.G you're going to buy in this current game, this current round. But, man, how do you come back from 13-4 down on T side of Train?
It's a little easier on the T side than the CT side to perform a comeback. You can break that CT money, start to string some rounds together. Gonna go straight out T-Con here.
And that's the change in pace that they might just need all the way up the lanes already. No, Molly actually sends them packing. And with that, Chaos, they've gone for the full-man rotation already. And Gen.G, they're just going to be picked off one by one.
Yeah, it's really just not looking so cohesive for Gen.G. They're kind of bumping into each other. They're all going backwards and forwards. I don't know what's going on in the mid-round calls here, but for Gen.G, it just doesn't seem like they're working as a unit quite so much. They have done a lot of damage, though, to Chaos, so give them credit there. They've got a 3-on-4, yes, but look at how low Zeppa, Gen.G, and Marky are. This is still a winnable round for Gen.G.
It's definitely doable for him. Some more defensive positions for Chaos. Zeppa's trying to play a bit of an op angle towards Dark Side with that MP9 because he's only got that 20 HP. Gen.G very low on the bomb train as well. So it really rests on Vanity to position himself nicely with this AWP and try to challenge different angles as he's the one with the high HP and the dangerous weapon. Gen.G creeping out Ivy now. Automatic seeing if he can lock down that long angle of sight towards SL. It might just hit at timing here actually.
Stayed silent. Automatic scope might have been heard, but Chaos on the bomb train is their last line of defense, and that's going to be the entry back into the round. Now it's a 2v3. Bentet Molly's Gen.G up on bomb train. He's going to go down as well, and this is what Gen.G needed to have another opportunity at the map. So it all starts here, but that's if they can clutch it. Marky on 19 HP almost slides it onto Kusta's head.
Well, you want to say that this one's impossible, don't you? Marky should not be able to win the round from here. 19 HP with a FAMAS. He's dealing with a 1-on-2. Bomb's been ticking quite a while already, and he doesn't have a defuse kit. If Gen.G finds a way to lose this round, then I might as well just walk out. And I don't think that they will, to be honest. This is looking like it's being played pretty perfectly from Bentet and Kusta. Just a little bit of a shoulder peek from Kusta to see if he's spotting anything out towards that bomb, but nothing happening. So they're going to win themselves a round. And as you say, Mac, they're going to be able to give themselves that shot in the map. But man, it is a long shot, isn't it? They've got a long way to go. 5-13 is the scoreline. Money's low for Chaos, admittedly, but they'll probably buy pistols and armor behind this, or at the very least pistols and armor. Maybe they just force in here if they're feeling confident. So Gen.G have a lot of work to do, a very big uphill battle. But a start is better than nothing.
I just had a chat with Gods over MC on the sidelines, and he just wanted to remind us that the whole game is currently T-sided. So no matter what we say, no matter how CT-sided this map can look sometimes, it's T-sided.
Yeah, look, I think in terms of like making a comeback happen on Train, I would much rather be on the T side than the CT side, just because the economy. CT side, it's like if you're trying to make a comeback, your opponent's already got, 14 rounds on that T side. It just takes that one round to break your money, or that one round to hit a nice timing, and all of a sudden you're just in the bin. Whereas on the T side, at least you can economically recover a little bit more. You can sort of set the pace a little more.
Let's see if Marky can maybe get some damage done with this saved orb.
Well, so far it's going pretty well for Gen.G, kind of just walking their way in, but you mentioned Marky. He is the danger man. Just maybe spots Daps through that smoke. Can't hit the shots, though. And Daps will escape away into Connector. He does need to be a little wary that Leaf's coming around on his side, and he is, but he can't actually land those shots and will eventually fall. It's 3-on-2. And there's an AK for Gen.G and Leaf. Surely not. Surely Gen.G gets over the line here.
Making so much noise, though, and Som's heard every single footstep, realizing that Leaf has to be in con as well. But for now, Leaf goes for the AWP instead, and the save might just be on. Seems to be the case. So Gen.G salvage another. Hit 6 up on the scoreboard there as Chaos. Well, they're probably going to be allowed to save here because Gen.G's economy is not really good enough to go for the hunt. And they don't want to risk having nothing in the next, especially if you're trying to make these comebacks happen.
They're stringing a few together. I think they've got a little bit of time as well. They can probably get this back to a respectable scoreline, Gen.G. Just depends how many times they're able to break that CT economy, but winning the game, that's a whole nother question.
Well, it's a bit of a better fight back from Gen.G. One does question how long this is going to last, though. But I get into that kind of a state of mind a lot in matchups like this, where you see a team get off to an 11-4 or a 12-3 first half, and then the whole second half you're thinking, well, I mean, I guess Chaos is going to finish this off soon, and then all of a sudden you're kind of looking at a 13-12 scoreline, and you're going, oh, they're back. They might actually win this map.
Yeah,
So
look, it could definitely happen. T-side train, I've seen it happen before. CT side economy gets broken. Som's very, very quickly all off here, but he's lost a lot of HP. Meanwhile, there's a head stack in towards T-Con, which has been naded. Taps and automatic get chipped down. It's just great utility usage from Gen.G, and now the smoke segments Som off from the rest of his team, and he forfeits an extremely important forward position. Feeling a little pressured due to his HP. Chaos, they start to take some more important parts of the map. They get into SL.
yeah. And importantly, they're also doing damage to Gen.G while they're working their way through this map. So Gen.G are feeling a bit less confident in making an execute happen.
It's like the way that Chaos really just pressured with utility and sort of forced Gen.G out of the position that they wanted to be in. And now you're seeing Gen.G go back to their plan B. They wanted that all-off control. They wanted to go for that peek towards the bomb site. Now they're sort of forced to try to contact towards Ivy. It's a 1-4 with Bentet going into T-Con. And it's really going to play off the fact of whether they can catch one of these CTs off guard and get this initial pick.
Vanity. Oh, I think he's been spotted. There it is, automatic. Just barely has the better angle there, and now into the A site they tried to go. Bentet solo going to be trying to make his way out of T-Con. Marky holds the rotation in.
It's a good
Through
spot.
old bomb.
Zephyr.
Crossfire.
Might be able to make something happen here. Double kill, definitely on the cards. Sprays down Som and Kusa, and now automatic looks for the trade, which he'll get. But there's only 20 seconds, luckily. Bentet wins the duel against Gen.G. That could have gone bottoms up, pear-shaped pretty quickly for Gen.G.
Yeah, that's all automatic and Bentet. Automatic just finding that timing to thread the needle on towards Vanity. Hits him with that favourable side peak, as well as Bentet coming out of T-Con, finding some key frags. Both of them getting 2 for themselves. Gets that round for Gen.G, and that breaks Chaos's money, and this is what I was talking about. A lot of the times when you're on this comeback train on the T side, every round you get, it's not just one round, it's good for 2 a lot of the time, because you're forcing them on those pistols.
Yep. Definitely don't want to count Gen.G out. Their CT side was rough, but the T side looking good so far. Bentet, he does trade down. Deagle of Gen.G isn't going to go to town just yet.
Zephyr is going to be destroyed. Som, what's happening? What's happening there?
What's he doing out T-Con, just fighting on his own?
Just holding rotations. What do you mean, Pilski?
Against pistols. Doesn't make much sense to me, Mac.
Stat padding. Whatever you want to call it. But it has turned into another round for Gen.G. 3 alive, so the economy not going to take too much of a hit. But Leaf, he's got that AK in hand. Marky. Oh, okay. Oh, he's made some noise. That's going to be a freebie for Bentet. Now they know that Leaf is probably saving somewhere with that AK that he found. It's going to be 8 on the board for Gen.G. At the end of this one.
Yeah, building up a little bit of money. Never hurts. Still got a little bit of room to work with to recover here, so the amount of money they build up in that T-side bank account is extremely relevant for them. Because every time they go closer towards that match point, they can try and get another buy and try to continue crowbarring their way into this half. Another buy coming through for Chaos. I'd say if they don't get this one, that's where you start to get a little worried. It's the double AWP now coming into effect. Good utility on the rest of the players that don't have the AWPs. One of the AWPs solo towards B, other one towards Ivy. Initial utility seems to indicate that Chaos wants to take T-Con or SL, and they're going quite aggressive up this left side idiot wall.
Automatic. Going to be smoked off there, so run boost won't find anything. Nade as well, forces Leaf back for now, but Gen.G don't commit off the back of it. Flash out. Over T-Con, but Marky goes in with the molly, just looking to get a bit of control. Kusta, he's going to be flashed through that smoke and manages to somehow survive that one.
That's really nicely done from Gen.G. They grab that man advantage, but now 1 minute and 5 on the clock. What are they going to go for here? Still very much spread around the map. Could look to try to split that A bomb site. Starting to walk back towards Ivy now. Looks like it's going to be potentially utility towards this B side of the map from Bentet and Daps, while the rest of them walk through Ivy. So either an inner fake into SL Ivy split, or they're going to wrap Dark Side to B. There's the execute towards B. It's pulled 3 CT rotations. Leaf is the key player here. He's in SL, but he's potentially going to start to be sandwiched as these players come out of Ivy. Now some CTs walking towards Dark Side. Old bomb.
Oh, Leaf's going to have to make some magic happen. Vanity having already gone down on B, but there's at least control of SL secured for Leaf. He's not being challenged by anyone else aside from Som, who was on the site. In the end, 2 for 2, and that's pretty good for Gen.G. They've got the advantage, 1 on 2, 10 seconds, bomb plant can go down, and Gen.G can't make his way through the smoke because Som is watching. Gen.G are up to 9. Another eco ahead for Chaos.
That was an excellent T round. Just literally 10 out of 10. Flash response to that T-Con take gets them the man advantage. Then they slow things down, and from that sort of more default positioning, they fake toward inner, draw the rotations out, and then punish some of them and win that gun round, forcing their opponents on an eco. That's fantastic work from Gen.G.
Let's see what they do again. Molly to lower ramp at B, making sure that there's no aggression on the eco. Flashing himself on the line. Kusta just hunting for some info, but Leaf, he goes into SL again. Lots of noise going to be telegraphed by Gen.G now. But still, just waiting for this over-aggression. Vanity unable to do a thing with that AWP, which is now down at the end of Ivy. Let's see if Zepper is interested in grabbing it. Looks like he might be, but for now.
Yeah, that's going to be a toughie to grab, isn't it? Gen.G definitely not eager to let Chaos retrieve the AWP.
We hit the minute mark. Looks like Daps has just thrown that AWP away as well, making sure that there is absolutely no chance of it being retrieved in the round. Also, the map would suggest... Oh, Bentet slides that one onto Leaf, expecting the aggression. That's going to be a cell control. Zephyr in the corner. Oh, looks away at the wrong time, but comes back and wants some more now. Swinging wide. Som at the ready. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade.
Yeah, good stuff from Som. If he does drop there, though, things get a bit awkward. But for Gen.G, they'll be happy. 30 seconds, they have the bomb site. They're going to get the plant down. And, well, Gen.G can really do whatever he wants, to be honest, as far as Gen.G are concerned. He's not going to have too much of an impact on this round. Deagle spin, that's cool. Nice trick. That's very cool.
Can you do that, John?
Oh, well, I don't own a Deagle, so it would be quite difficult for me to do, I would suggest. You know what I actually do have, though, which is kind of cool? I have, like, I don't know if you guys got these from IEM Sydney one year. There was, like, these bottle openers that were, like, karambits.
Oh, really?
And you could, like, spin it on your finger.
That sounds mad.
Yeah.
That were karambits.
Yeah, you know, like the knife.
Yeah.
So it didn't have the knife bit, it had the handle, though.
No, didn't see that one. I got
See if I can find a picture for you.
I got the card. You know that card bottle opener that came? I think it was last year.
Yeah. Nah, this one's cooler. Because you can like put it on your finger, right, and spin it around.
And act really cool.
Yeah, it was kind of like this.
Yes. Okay.
It's just the handle, but instead of a knife, it's a bottle opener. That's cool. Straight, mate.
Initial contest there towards SL from Bentet. Instant smoke towards the back of green. Boost has already gone down, so this is a round that's looking quite dicey for Gen.G as they execute a lot of smokes towards this outer site. Nice work isolating Marky there. But Gen.G pumped the brakes after getting that pick towards SL, throwing a lot of utility. They've drawn the rotations towards this outside train. Now they're going to go towards inner, walk down that lower ramp. Gen.G caught a little off guard.
Yeah, he's been spotted, and that's a great shot from Automatic. Through a flash, through a smoke, who cares? Doesn't matter if he can't see you. As long as he can shoot you, you can die. And Gen.G have got the bomb plant down 2-on-4. They're hunting for these frags. Vanity flicks onto Bentet. I mean, it's not over yet if he's going to keep hitting shots like that.
Okay.
It's another one for Vanity. And he starts to work his way forward. On the default bomb plant spot is Som, and surely this is not how it falls apart for Gen.G. Daps has no option but to peek into the orb, and they've won a 2-on-4. Chaos have pulled that out of nowhere.
Vanity is absolutely nuts, and Zeppa, the perfect timing onto Som at default. There was nothing that Gen.G could have done there. They were just, I don't know, too disjointed, unable to get the trades. Obviously, there was a nasty opening there from Automatic, another onto Leaf, but then Vanity, he's fought hard for this one. First found, re-peek it up. That wasn't even a re-peek. Look at that. Vanity, he's on.
Yeah. You got to be feeling pretty sorry for Automatic there, to be honest. He does so much work to get Gen.G into the bomb site and not rewarded for it.
That's exactly the kind of round that you don't want to win as Chaos, though. One that gets very, very close, because that can be a bit of a liability on your economy. But Chaos have started it well. Vanity, once again, striking with that AWP. Finds that initial pick for Chaos, and now Gen.G under a lot of pressure. They lose this one, they're facing match point. At least they do have money in the bank for the time being. And they have a bit of SL control, but they need to start to get a wriggle on to try to close this 4-on-5. Minute 15 on the clock, start to walk back towards inners. Gen.G still got his molly there. Vanity is over in the key position once again, drops that smoke towards lower. Full util here for Gen.G. How do they use it?
Well, they're going to have to make amends for that last round, otherwise this is going to be over. They've had a nice comeback on the T side, but a little bit of a lapse in concentration might have just cost them the map.
Alexi, I think one of those mollies has actually missed the mark up the top. However, pop flash through. Gen.G waits for it perfectly. Anti-flash it. Only gets a single though. Tries to look at uppers at the wrong moment. Vanity trying to come through, but not going to be able to deny this default plant yet. Uppers player, he's going to receive the rough end of the stick now. Another, and Vanity again, he's doing it. Som, last alive in the 1v3 now. Needs to make his way through, but it looks like he could have been spotted. Flash out, molly on the bomb. Has bought himself some extra time, but he's got a lot of time that he needs to buy now, and that's going to be, Vanity, absolutely perfect. The crunch it up as there was so much time they had to play with, and Chaos sends it to a 15th.
This guy does not care at all, does he? 0 Fs given.
He's feeling it, dude.
15 and 10. Oh, how it's all fallen apart for Gen.G. Such a nice comeback, and then 2 rounds of brilliance from Vanity. And that's the map, really.
The perfect timing.
Great read on the smoke timing, great ladder movement, great flicks, great looks. Just
Great kid he is.
Just a better human overall. What can you even do?
Lose the game, I guess.
Just give him your lunch money and be on your way.
Oh, and Vanity's just creeping forward here again. Let's see if he can maybe get the entry. Automatic going to be sent straight across with the run boost smoke to buy some time now. Leaf manages to get one down. And Vanity, he's just holding, hiding, hoping that no one pushes towards him and he will get away. And that's going to be the man advantage for Chaos.
Yeah, now Kusta trying to make something happen towards upper ramp. Does get spotted and pushed off the angle by Gen.G. Gen.G trying to scramble for something in this round, but being denied at most of the twists and turns. Gen.G now walks toward upper, tries to find some more info. Kusta again trying his luck toward low ramp this time, potentially. Might be the right push timing here.
Oh, but Bentet's looking in this direction, and that's going to be the opening. The equalizer back to the 4-on-4. Vanity not that quick this time. Kusta knocks him down, and that's going to be the 3-on-3 for the retake. Chaos trying to position themselves nicely. Flash into con, though.
Oh, Automatic had no idea. Marky was the key player here for Chaos coming from behind. Now Bentet has to watch the angle, and that gives Zeppa and Leaf so much more room to work with. Look at how far Zeppa's already progressed into the site. He finds that duel against Kusta. Now Bentet has to win the 1-on-3, and it's not going to happen today. Might have been possible against Triumph, but certainly not against Chaos. And they close the map out 16-10. It could have taken a little bit less time for Chaos.